Good evening and welcome to the final Monona Grove Orchestra concert of this school year. The concert orchestra will begin our program with the first movement of Mozart's Symphony No. 12, which Mozart composed when he was only 15 years old. Listen for the pulsating rhythmic passages in the lower instruments in the A section that accompany a lively tuneful melody, as well as a lyrical legato B section. We will follow this piece by a piece called Relic by Eric Morales.
Thank you so much. The question is, what if you could control a live orchestra with a remote control? What would that look like? Well, you're about to find out. In this next piece entitled Remote Control, it's a clever piece that, with the sound of a bell, the orchestra will switch from piece to piece, mid-phrase. Listen as the orchestra moves from one hit to another. It's the ultimate in channel surfing. We're even equipped with a mute button and a pause button. There will be a quiz at the end of the piece to find out how many of these pieces you recognized. So be keeping track because they come in fast and furious. Now here's remote control.
At this time, we would like to acknowledge our students who performed at Solo Ensemble Festival in Monona Grove, and we have medals for them. So what we are going to do now is have each student who participated come forward when they hear their name. We will present you with your medal, and then we're going to ask them to line up in front of the stage. And the hard part for the audience is going to be holding your applause until the end. As you can see in your program, we have many participants, so we'll kind of move things along as fast as we can while still acknowledging their hard work. At this time, can Josie Wilson and Allie Mortensen come forward? They played a duet. Alexa Bilo played a solo, and Annabelle Knott also played a solo. James Gormley and Alex McCarthy played a duet. Cal Goodenough played a piano solo. Eleanor Hirsch played a cello solo. Paige Hendricks, Kylie Hopfensberger, and Gianna Hamill played a trio together. Michael Adrians played a duet. Oh, yep, Adela, let's see. Oh, Kylie also played a solo, thank you. Adele Lafayette played a solo, and Michael Adrians played a duet. Max Sheets played that duet with Michael. And Mara Hurlbert played a violin solo. Alyssa Cassaman, Giovanna Scalisi, and Mila Adams played a violin trio and bass trio. Jack Oliver played a bass solo. Caleb Grants played 2 duets and a solo. Orrin Bush played a trio. And he played that trio with Nathan Meyer, who also played a duet and did a piano solo. Reese McDermott played a cello solo. Casey Alexander and Caitlin Geib played a duet, and Caitlin also played a solo. Giselle Hushka Castro played a solo as well. Maisie Crescent played a solo as well.
Shall we round of applause these ones?
Sure, that's a lot of people. We'll do a quick round of applause and then we'll get the rest of the people. That's a lot of people. Round 2 is coming up, hold up. It's shorter, I promise. While we're rearranging, Owen Aubie played a piano solo, and he qualified for the state event and performed there as well. Lena Rathgeber played a trio that qualified for state and did that with Marin Wen, who also played a duet with Lena. Oh, and their trio, yeah, I said that. Melody Peterson played in that trio with them. She also played a cello solo, and she played a cello viola duet, and she qualified for state. Sorry. Almost there. Von Schineman played a trio, a solo, and his solo qualified for state, and he performed there as well. And finally, we have Aiden Fiewiger, who played a guitar solo and a cello solo, and both qualified for state. And let's have a round of applause for these wonderful musicians.
The last piece the concert orchestra will play is entitled Power Shift, and sometimes we list this on the board in our classroom in rehearsal order, and we just call it the piece with the groove, and you'll understand why. Here's Power Shift.
Chamber Orchestra will open tonight with a piece called Molly on the Shore by Percy Allen Granger. Granger created this piece based on a combination of two Irish reels, Molly on the Shore and Temple Hill. After that piece, we will follow it up with an original piece by contemporary composer Brian Balmages called Dreaming.
As we did for the concert orchestra, we'd like to recognize those students that participated in the Solo Ensemble Festival, and so we'll call them up to the stage and award them their medals, and then we'll give them a nice big round of applause. Performing a cello solo was Liam Konjorski. Another cello solo was Gus Slater. Evan Schultz performed a viola solo, and then he was also part of a duet with Katie Jo Wesley. Morris Salzman, who's not able to be here tonight, did a bass solo. Eliza Martin did a bass solo, and she also qualified for the State Solo Ensemble Festival. Dylan Hastehaven did a piano solo and qualified and participated at the State Solo Ensemble Festival. Marcella Simmons was involved with a duet, a viola-cello duet, and then a solo, and her solo also qualified for the State, and she participated at the State Solo Ensemble. Alex Collar performed a bass solo and qualified and participated at the State Festival. Levi Wergler performed a viola solo, and then he performed a viola duet with Michael Hannon, and the duet qualified for State, and they performed at State. Lauren Fritz performed a violin solo and was part of a violin quartet that qualified for State, and they performed at State. Alejandra was also part of the violin quartet, and Elena was part of the violin quartet. And Audrey was part of the violin quartet as well, and she also did a violin solo, and that also qualified for State, and she performed at State. So let's give them a nice big round of applause this evening.
At this time, we would like to ask all of our senior Monona Grove Orchestra students to come to the front of the stage, even if you just sat down, sorry. Come to the front of the stage and kind of make a line across. There are 24 seniors, so we'll stretch across the length of the stage. I'll come all the way down here. Sorry. As you can tell, a large group of seniors this year, and I've got just a quick note to say to the seniors. Oh, it's just so tough to see you. So, but I'll just say thank you all for just the wonderful years of joyful music making. It truly has been a pleasure. Going all the way back to middle school, crazy times at the middle school, and then, but just, it is truly a pleasure every other morning
to just kind of wake up. They don't realize how hard they're working at 8 o'clock in the morning. They're kind of waking up, but we do great music making every other day early in the morning, and it's truly a pleasure. So thank you all. We have for you each this book called Because. It's a fantastic book that you'll receive next week. Yeah, it was all scheduled to be here, and then we get the dreaded notice. Your shipment has been delayed. But inside each book is going to be the following. Monona Grove Orchestra, class of 2024. Because you were drawn to playing a stringed instrument as a young person, you learned a lifelong skill. Because you dedicated your time and hard work to achieve joyful music making, you made others smile. Because you grew as a musician, you grew as a person, and it shaped who you are today. Monona Grove Orchestra was a better place because of you. So on behalf of Ms. Hyman and myself, we say thank you. And I'm going to come down and high-five you all while Ms. Hyman shares a few interesting stories.
Okay. So in my 19 years of teaching, this is the first group of students. Many of them I've taught for 8 years because I taught fourth grade strings to many of these lovely children. Because many of you came to me, I'm sticking with the because theme. Because many of you came to me at Cottage Grove School as excited fourth graders, those fourth grade faces and shiny eyes are still what I see when I look at you, even though you've grown so much, and you're all bigger than I am, but all right. Because several of you did summer school with me after fourth grade, you know who you are. The triple string shuffle lives in my head at 2 o'clock in the morning. Because Mr. Davick and I met the rest of you at GDS, we have stories. From playing Bach duets with Audrey to viola players playing that YouTube song where you'd like pound on the chairs. I don't even know what that was, but it was loud. It was loud. That's it. Okay. To the day that Alex shoved his legs into his sweatshirt sleeves, and the time that the cellist traced Sam's body on the floor with masking tape and put caution tape up. That was a thing that happened. I think it's safe to say we had fun even when you drove Mr. Davick and I bonkers. It was bonkers. Many great memories though, so thank you. Because the world shut down in 2020, you were freshmen when orchestra was virtual. We all yearn to be together, but because of your dedication to orchestra, you're still here. Because of your years here at Monona Grove High School, you've come so far as skilled musicians by playing a huge range of repertoire from Bach to John Williams. Because you're graduating now, you should know that you've transformed me as a teacher, and I'm forever grateful. Thank you for the hysterical and also heartwarming memories, and we will miss you.
Seniors, you can go have a seat. Moving forward. Yeah. Every year in schools around the country, orchestra programs award what's called the National School Orchestra Award, and it's given to one graduating senior from the orchestra class. It's an award that the students vote for one of their classmates, and it reads as follows: in recognition of singular merit and outstanding contributions to the success of the school orchestra, for displaying an unusual degree of loyalty and cooperation, and for exemplifying that high standard of conduct that is the aim of the school instrumental program. And as I read that, and as you see all those wonderful students, that's describing all of them. And every year, the students cast their vote, but it could go to each and every one of these fine students. This year, the students voted, and the National School Orchestra Award goes to Audrey Sertic.
Okay, every year, everyone probably already knows this, but it's tradition for the seniors to get gifts for our conductors as a thank you for all the time that they spent with us. I know Ms. Hyman already talked about it, but they really have shaped us as people. We've been with them pretty much every day for 6 years, some of us 8 years, more. So it's crazy. So we were really struggling to come up with gift ideas. And I give almost all of the credit to Lauren and her mom for this. They worked a lot on this, and it took a while to coordinate. Lauren, do you want to explain the gift? Do you want to explain it?
Yeah, sure. Hi, I didn't prepare a speech. Since fourth grade, we have all participated in the annual Strings Fest, and every year there's a t-shirt with a cute little design. So if you want to open the wrapping now, we did take all of our t-shirts. Okay.
So we collected all of our Strings Fest shirts. It was quite a big coordination to get all of them together. And we compiled them into pillows as a testament to our time spent together. And yeah, we hope that you love them.
Thank you, guys. You're welcome. Thank you so much. The final piece on the program this evening is by Gustav Holst, an English composer. It's his St. Paul Suite, written around 1913. It's a collection of wonderful English folk tunes, and the final, we'll do 3 movements from this suite. Of interest is the final movement. The Dargasan uses this Dargasan folk tune, and it's a dance tune. But then he weaves in the lyrical Greensleeves theme as kind of a mashup, and it's really beautifully written. So we'll now perform 3 movements from Gustav Holst's St. Paul's Suite.
much. Enjoy the rest of the spring.